Hey everybody, before I start this video, I just want to throw out there that I made a Discord. It's been a request for a long time that I put a Discord chat together for my YouTube, and I just made it the other day. There's a lot of great people already in there. If you like video games, tabletop games, movies, whatever, we got it in there. Feel free to come in, have a good time. I'm trying to build a really fun community where everybody can just have fun and talk about video games and whatever. So if you want to join up, feel free. The link is in the description below. Thank you, and now we'll get into the video. Smash Ultimate has absolutely given us some of the craziest character additions that I think we've ever seen, obviously, with Smash. It's insane. Ultimate has topped every other game in terms of its reveals by a long shot, okay? Yeah, cool, we got Sonic and Brawl, and Snake. That was pretty wild. We got Cloud and Smash 4. Insane. Okay, Mega Man, also crazy. But nothing has come close to the absolute mind-blowing additions that we've gotten in Ultimate. And I'm not even talking about K. Rool and Ridley, who were long-standing characters in speculation that a lot of people wanted. Okay? Look at your third-party additions so far. Joker was a huge reveal. Banjo-Kazooie, Steve, Hero from Dragon Quest, still a big reveal for a lot of people. So Smash Ultimate's DLC has been extremely kind to us. But honestly, of all these characters, of all these crazy additions, one character to me stands out as probably one of the craziest. And the reason why it's so crazy is because of just the amount of bullshit that surrounds everything with this character. Of course, obviously, you already know who I'm talking about. You saw the title of this video. We're talking about Sora. So what kind of bullshit am I talking about? Some of you may wonder. Well, if you're at all familiar with Sora, then you're familiar with the fact that his ownership is absolutely fucking strange. But we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll talk about that later. First, we'll do what I like to do, and let's talk about Sora as a character. Sora debuted in Kingdom Hearts in 2002. Kingdom Hearts was by far one of the most ambitious projects Square Enix ever did, because they were making a game that combined elements of Final Fantasy with Disney. I'll never forget the first time I saw stuff for Kingdom Hearts. Like, I didn't even know what to think of it. I was like, what is happening? There's Final Fantasy characters, there's fucking Disney characters. I was like, what is going on? It was so strange back then. But it was strange, but it was cool, because you never really saw something like this. And it was a real East meets West type of situation. Like, you know, Western cartoon characters from Disney, you know, teaming up with Eastern, you know, anime type characters from like Final Fantasy with Square. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty cool. The origin story behind the original Kingdom Hearts is that Shinji Hashimoto and Hironobu Sakaguchi were talking about Super Mario 64. And they pretty much wanted to try to make a game that could rival Super Mario 64. But they figured there weren't really any characters that were popular enough to take on Mario effectively, aside from Disney characters. Allegedly, as the story goes, Tetsuya Nomura overheard their conversation, pretty much barged into the room and was like, I'll do it. I'll spearhead this whole endeavor. And the project kind of started moving from there. Then they had a chance meeting with a Disney executive, and the rest is history. Boom, Kingdom Hearts. The best part about it is that these guys didn't know how well the game would take off. In fact, they thought that there was a chance that they would make a sequel, which is why they kind of threw that little ending in there at the end of the first game to tease something, hoping that fans would want a sequel, but they didn't really know if they should expect people to want a sequel, so it was kind of risky. Ha! Well, we all see how that turned out. It would spawn one of the biggest franchises in video games, and easily one of the biggest franchises out of the Square Enix library of games. And the best part about it is that it kind of brings together Disney fans and Final Fantasy fans in one place, and it's just something really cool to see something like that. But you can't have Kingdom Hearts without Sora. Well, I guess you can have Kingdom Hearts without Sora, because they kind of did that. But it was Sora the whole time? But it wasn't? Just a fun aside, here's a good fun little game you can play. Find the first Kingdom Hearts fan that you can see and ask them to explain to you the story of Kingdom Hearts. Just ask them. Just be like, hey, can you do me a favor and explain to me the story of Kingdom Hearts, like in full, and get ready for that one because it's hilarious. You're gonna have a great time. But anyway, back to Sora. Sora is the original character created for Kingdom Hearts, who, fun fact, is voiced by this kid.
I see dead people.
And he lives on the Destiny Islands with his two pals, Kairi and Riku. And this little gaggle of kids wants to explore the world. They want to see things. They want to see other worlds. They want to just get away from their little islands. Well, they get their wish by means of the Heartless attacking the Destiny Islands. And, of course, Sora, while trying to defend it, discovers the Keyblade and, well, finds out that he is the destined wielder of the Keyblade, which sets him off on his journey, in which he comes across Donald and Goofy, and the three of them team up in an attempt to save all the different worlds from being consumed by the Heartless. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is as far as I'm going to get into explaining the Kingdom Hearts story, because after that, it just becomes far too much for my feeble mind to even understand. But with the game being such a phenomenon, it should be absolutely no surprise to anybody that, of course, Sora has garnered a huge fan base that want to see him get into Super Smash Bros. Sora was never a character that really was in speculation a lot until really recently, I would say. I mean, obviously there were always fans who wanted to see him, but he seemed more impossible back then. But then everything changed once we got Cloud. Once Cloud got into Smash, the floodgates really opened, and it just seemed like so many different characters had a chance to get in. And at this point, the way we've gotten characters in Ultimate, it looks like Sakurai and Nintendo can get literally almost any character they want. So of course, this is only going to ramp up fans wanting to see a character like Sora get into Smash. And of course, there are plenty of positives for Sora to get into Super Smash Bros. For one, Nintendo and Square have definitely really formed a strong relationship over the past few years. Square Enix has been putting a plethora of games on the Nintendo Switch. They've gotten a whole bunch of games on there. We're getting Final Fantasy games on the Switch that we've never had before. Of course, again, Cloud being in Smash, Dragon Quest in Smash. There's a lot of really good things coming from Nintendo and Square working together recently. So, Sora being a big character, which, yes, I know he's not completely owned by Square, but we're going to get to that later. Either way, they have an in with the company that is in relation to the character, and thus, it's a good way for Nintendo to get their foot in the door if they were interested in getting him. Obviously, another good thing with Sora getting into Smash is his status in general as a character. He's very, very popular. He has a huge fan base. He would be obviously one of the biggest characters getting added into Smash. So no doubt he would be a huge get for Nintendo and would be gigantic to have in the Fighter's Pass. And I would say that really, there doesn't seem like a better time for Sora to get into Super Smash Bros. Than right now. This is Smash Ultimate. This is the game where they're literally trying to give fans the ultimate game filled with so many character requests. And who could be bigger than one of the biggest character requests out there? The only reason why he wasn't more popular before was because I think people just thought he was near impossible to get in. And while he is more possible than ever, I'm very reluctant to say that he's 100% or anything super possible. Which brings me to the bullshit surrounding his character and what makes Sora look like such an unlikely character while looking so possible. Which brings us to the ownership of Sora. Now look, I have been told in the comment section a million times that Sora is owned by Disney and not by Square Enix. But here's the thing, in all of my research of looking and reading and trying to find out who the hell owns this character, I have come up with the same weird questions that I've had every single time, and that is, what is the deal with his ownership? I have found Reddit threads where people are arguing over who owns this character, whether it's Disney, whether it's Square, whatever. Either way, sure, it seems like Disney does own Sora. However, when Disney wants to do something with Sora, they try to get permission from Nomura. If he doesn't give them permission, they don't do anything with Sora. On the flip, Disney owning Sora has the rights to shoot down things that Square wants to do with the character. So, in the end, the character's rights are just so strange. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I don't understand how they operate with things like this. I don't really get it, but it's pretty wild. So it seems to me like getting Sora in Smash would be one hell of a feat, because you would literally have 3 companies that have to sit down and talk one way or another. Whether Square owns them or not, there's still Square people involved with the character. And there's a lot of talking that would have to occur to get Sora into Smash. And there's a lot of different things in the past that have been brought up with things like Dissidia and all that kind of stuff where, you know, Sora either wasn't involved, or there were games where Sora was involved but for a short period of time and he was pulled for some reason. And there's debate on whether it was Disney or Square or whoever did what, and I'm not really trying to get into all that. The point that I'm trying to make here is that the rights to this character are incredibly strange, and it's just so fucking weird. It really is a negative. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't see him being as possible as he could look. And then, of course, let's just remove Square from it completely and just talk about Disney for a second. Let me tell you something about the House of Mouse. They'll copyright strike a YouTuber that has less than 500 subs. Trust me, I know. I just want to take a second to thank Disney for being my first official copyright strike on YouTube. Thank you very much. The House of Mouse don't play games. And it's very possible that they could want a lot of money for Sora. Regardless, enough money that Nintendo may not want to even put it out. That is very possible. Aside from that, there's the discussion of Disney symbolism. The question is, would Disney want any of their symbolism or other characters to appear in Smash? On the flip side, would Sakurai or Nintendo want to include Disney characters in Super Smash Bros? Would we see Donald and Goofy alongside Sora in his moveset or in his final Smash? Would we see any of the Disney iconography on Sora's outfit actually in Smash? Would that actually be there? And obviously these things could be removed. But the way Sakurai is he's the kind of guy that likes to give the characters their truest representation. So if he removes Disney characters and Disney iconography, would it feel like Sora at that point? Would he want to do that? And I'm not here to debate whether or not that's the right thing or the wrong thing, and I'm not trying to say that I don't want to see Sora, you know, if anything is stripped from him with the Disney stuff. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just trying to look at it from a neutral perspective. The reasons why it's possible that he could be snubbed and not picked at all, and the reasons why he could be picked. And that doesn't even get into the idea of music. Would we get more than just a few songs? I mean, we only have a couple songs with Cloud, so it wouldn't be surprising if we only got a few songs for Kingdom Hearts, but would they include any songs that are Disney songs or relation to Disney songs? Now, Kingdom Hearts has plenty of music that isn't Disney related, so that's probably not an issue, but it is still a valid question. Like, would we get any Disney content at all, or would they completely cut all that out and only get Sora? Definitely there's a lot of questions surrounding his character, and that's one of the reasons why. I think that he seems like such an impossible character, but at the same time, yeah, he seems more possible than he ever has been. It's such a weird situation. Now, I will say this much. I definitely feel like Nintendo got a really big character for Fighters Pass 2. And I know Steve is a really big character, but I feel like we have another big character coming. Whether that's Sora or Master Chief or any of these characters, I do feel like someone big is still on the horizon. Me personally, I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I do enjoy the franchise, but I am very much a casual when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. I've played the first game, I dabbled very, very lightly in the second game, but I'm definitely trying to play the series. My wife, on the other hand, absolutely loves Kingdom Hearts, and she would absolutely love to see Sora get in. And I would love to see Sora get in for her. I would love to see Sora get in for all the fans who just really want to see him. Especially because, while I feel that the fans are definitely believers that he could get in, there's always that feeling in the back of their minds that he might be near impossible. And it's a good feeling when you finally get that character that you felt was so impossible and they get into Smash. And I would absolutely love to see that for Sora fans, most certainly. Kingdom Hearts is a legendary series, and it absolutely should sit in Super Smash Bros., which at this point is like the greatest crossover of all time. So yes, I would love to see it, but do I think I'm going to see it? I don't know. But what do you guys think? You think we're going to see Sora? You think he has no chance? Why don't you let me know down in the comments below. If you really like this video, give it a like, that really helps the channel out. Share it if you want. And if you really like this video, feel free to subscribe. I put out gaming videos every week. Well, I try to put out gaming videos every week. I mostly focus on Nintendo, but I try to talk about other games and other companies that I enjoy as well. I am really close to 500 subscribers, and I am just ecstatic. I just want to thank everybody again who subscribes and watches my videos. I try to thank you guys every single video because I really, really appreciate the support. It means so much to me. It's hard for me to even put it into words how much it means, and I thank you guys so much. It would be absolutely wild to get to 500 subscribers. I'm probably going to try to do a big video for it. I don't know what it's going to be. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a face reveal. I know people like that, so I don't know how much I'm going to like that. But I might give it a try. We'll see what happens. But either way, thank you so much. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please stay safe out there. Thank you so much. I also hope you have a wonderful holiday. Thank you, and bye-bye.